guys, my name is Angelia and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Downworlders. I am so sorry this has taken me forever. There's a thing I wanted to set up for, but my back has been giving me so many issues. Like this past week has been absolutely awful with my back and I feel really bad because I haven't been able to get this up because I wanted to make sure it was quality and it wasn't, just me kind of tossing it together. Long story short, that's why it took forever. This series is really important to me. I really want to get this story right and everything, and I'm about to shuffle through some papers right now just to get my notebook out, and all of that fun stuff. It's been a really bad week. It has not been a great week. But we are back with Shadowhunters. This is actually not where it was supposed to start at. It was supposed to start with a very different scene, but I came into the game, and here's Alexei freaking wanting to drink from this woman, and it says drink uncontrollably, and I really wanted to see what that is, because this isn't only a series about a story, it's a series about vampires as well, and us exploring vampires, so I did want to go ahead and see this, and then we'll probably do a little bit of a cutscene, and drop back to the actual storyline and what we're planning to do. So he's starting to burn, but he is so angry at Camille right now. Oh, and Eliza is yelling at him right now. I was just really curious to see what this would look like. Please don't die on me, Alexei. Please don't die. I want to see what happens to her. Oh, there she goes. Alright, well, since we know what happens now, I'm going to insert a little break here, and I'm going to get the rest of the scene set up for us, and I will see you guys in just a few seconds for you. Alright guys, we are back, and we are in Alexei's home, and we are actually playing as Alexei for this part, mostly for storytelling purposes, and, I need to really get the storyline set. This is going to progress a lot quicker than most storylines do, at least in my series. Things are going to start happening. We're going to be jumping from one century to the next and stuff like that. So it's going to be very much a progression of things. And this night is going to be incredibly important to the storyline. So Alexei has decided to throw a party at his house, a gala, if you will, for the other Downworlders. However, he conveniently decided not to invite Ralph or his younger brother Wolsey. He decided, well, since you did this, and since I saw you with Camille, I am not inviting you. I don't care if we have any sort of agreement to not harm each other because we're Downworlders. I'm not going to abide by that. And Alexei's never been one to follow the rules, clearly because he's uncontrollably feeding on humans. It's gotten pretty darn bad. Magnus was invited. I'm sure Magnus is going to attempt to talk some sense into him, He cares about alliances and stuff like that, and it's very evident that Alexei no longer does, especially not when something that he wants is being threatened and taken from him, and in that essence we're talking about Camille. And he actually drank from, is she our entertainer? Yep, he drank from our entertainer, and apparently Vlad is an entertainer now, which I found to be interesting, but we do have some fairies here. We have two of the fae here. We have more vampires. Of course we have more vampires. There's 5 vampires in this house right now, if not more. We have Magnus, who's a warlock, and we have 2 fairies. I don't see Camille as of yet. But it looks like he's going to be talking with Magnus. I'm going to go ahead and let him speak with Magnus. Magnus is going to be attempting to speak with him and be like, you need to calm down. If you want Camille's affection, if you want to earn that, you can't be acting as if you possess her, because Camille is not that type of woman. Camille is very manipulative in her ways, and she hasn't quite gotten to the point that she's so manipulative yet, but there's always that woman that's still there. That's kind of the core of who she is. Can you not get inside? Call over? Can you not come in? He is a vampire too. Can you not come in? I think my game... Oh, okay. There we go. The game is freezing a bit because there is so much on this lot. This lot is absolutely huge, and it just froze again. The build is stunning. However, we won't be playing a lot as Alexei because of how large this is. It's a little frustrating trying to navigate, but it looks like Camille has finally arrived, so Alexei is going to heed Magnus's advice, and he wants to at least try to speak with her. So we're going to, let's see, discuss plasma flavors. Let's just have some bare bones, if you will, conversation with her, attempting to get back on her good side, while the rest of the lovely guests interact on their own. I doubt she's going to be too open to speaking with him, but she'll be pleasant. If you'll let me click, that would be fantastic. Let's share our insecurities with her. Let's, I thought we really had something, and Camille's going to be pretty standoffish because that's not what Camille wants at all. She has no feelings for Alexei at all, especially not after the stunt that he pulled with Ralph. I mean, who would have any feelings for someone like that? Is it really gonna be frozen like this for the rest of the time? There we go. This house is not good for interaction purposes. It's very beautiful, but not great for interaction. And she's gonna be incredibly hesitant, like, that's cool and all. No, she wouldn't say cool. I mean, this is the 1800s, so that definitely isn't Camille's style, but, she wouldn't be all... Okay, let's compliment her appearance. She does look quite lovely. And, I mean, Camille, she's a little bit on the superficial side, so she would totally accept that sort of a, for the companionship of fellow snobs, and she seemed to take it well. She is, again, she's very self-absorbed, so that is definitely in Camille's, I don't know, repertoire? I don't know what word I'm trying to think of. It looks like Magnus is coming up here appropriately so to, kind of mediate the conversation and make sure nothing goes wrong here. Let's express our admiration for Magnus. Magnus is a really great friend to pretty much everyone, even if they're the quote-unquote bad guy. He is very involved, I would say. And Magnus is, he's like, well, I don't want anything weird to happen, so I'm just gonna stand right here and make sure it doesn't happen. That's cool that you're flirting with her, but I'm gonna hug her. Make sure she's alright after that stunt that you pulled with Ralph the other day. Or rather, last night, to be precise. And, I will give Alexei credit. He is indeed trying. He wants to make an impression on Camille. She just doesn't want him to, necessarily. We're gonna give her a bold pickup line and see if that works. He's definitely the type that would take it to, like, the next level, sort of. And since Magnus sees that's going well, he's gonna go talk to some of the Fae and... and try to keep the peace, and assure them that Alexei does have very good intentions, despite everything. Let's not do a vampiric spar, because I feel like that would end horribly, so let's not do that. I could definitely see him trying to make a next move with her. Let's go ahead and ask her a risque question, and it's something that she wouldn't be too keen on. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. we might have to cut the party short and move on to the next point of interest because this is kind of crazy. Oh lord. She seems to be taking the flirting quite well, despite everything. Maybe she had some lovely plasma before coming over. But again, Alexei is not the type to, we're gonna confess attraction, only because I know it'll make things a little bit awkward. And while Camille will happily take compliments, she's not one to, oh, she actually took that very well. Thanks, Camille. Oh, everyone's pretty much leaving. Since his guests are leaving, I feel like he would bid Camille goodbye, because she's more than likely going to leave as well. Since it looks like the event has indeed ended, we're just gonna ask her to leave. Pretty much everyone has left, and he's actually gonna go pay a visit to Ralph and Woolsey. So we're going to go ahead and travel with him and try to get off of this lot, because I feel like that will significantly help the story more if we're not on this lot. As beautiful as it is, and it's absolutely stunning, but oof, the lag is an issue. Yes, the Scott brothers do indeed live here. Come on. You guys still home? It looks like they must be home. So we're gonna go have a chat with them. Or specifically Ralph, but obviously Woolsey is going to step in. I mean, he's not going to let his brother get bullied by this ancient vampire despite how old he is and how, I guess, revered he is in the vampire world. At least in London right now he is, because he is the head of the vampire clan in London. And so all the vampires that we just saw at the party and such, I'm like sitting on my blanket, what the crap? I'm sorry for like the banging noises, it's just confusing me. But despite that, most of it is out of fear. Like they fear him. It's not out of respect, it's out of fear. So, you know, he wants to have a nice chat with the boys, or at least we're just gonna enter the house because, you know, vampire, he can do what he wants. So he's just gonna waltz right on in, to be honest. He doesn't really care. Oh, I totally forgot. I thought I had the furnished version. It looks like I don't have the furnished version, which is kind of irritating. Maybe we should go elsewhere, because this is awkward. I could have sworn that this... I'm gonna have to fix their lot, actually. Let's just bring him out here. Let's just have him chat outside. It's not yet sun up, so we should be okay. So, you know, he wants to have a nice chat with Ralph, and, let's recall mortal life. We'll pretend that that's yelling at them. Complain about sunlight, sure. You know, I appreciate the alliance that the vampires and the werewolves have in the Downworlders, and, but I don't quite appreciate the way that you're going after Camille, especially when you are aware that I have feelings for her. And, you know, Ralph was like, she's not something that you can own. She's not a prize to be won. She is not that type of a woman. Camille has a brain of her own and can choose who she falls for. And Alexei is insisting that no, they are destined to be together, and there's no possible way she could ever fall for a werewolf because that is strictly taboo and that's not up for debate. That's just how it is. And in this time era, gossip with them. In this time era, it wasn't acceptable for vampires and werewolves, or vampires and fae, werewolves and fae, etc., to potentially fall for one another. And it's definitely... Alexei's not as progressive as he would like to think. He's very old-fashioned in those rules, and let's mock his mortality. You know, he's a werewolf. He can't live forever, whereas he definitely can. And obviously, Woolsey's gonna get involved in this, because, I mean, that's his brother. Woolsey's not gonna take this sitting down. I mean, he's not... Would you? Let's... no, don't freeze. Let's go ahead. We're gonna trash Camille a little bit, because that's definitely in Alexei's agenda. I'm kind of curious to see what he replied with. She can't be all that bad. And Alexei's like, he's trying to spin it. He's trying to do some reverse psychology here, in that he wants to, you know, try to make him see, you know, maybe she's not that great. Maybe you don't like her as much as you think that you do. So he's going to go ahead and yell at both of the boys. Because again, that's just who he is. And Alexei wants what Alexei wants, and he will go to any means to take just that. So the boys are like, okay, cool, but can you just leave? We don't want you here. Especially with how angry he looks right now. I mean, let's look at his face. Woolsey is not happy that he just insulted his older brother, or himself, obviously, but mostly his brother. Regardless, Woolsey is a very hesitant to be a werewolf. Like, he doesn't necessarily want it, even though that's his family's background. They come from a family of werewolves. He doesn't want that life. He doesn't want to be in, like, a structured pack. He doesn't want to be a pack leader or anything like that. So, for him, this is inconvenient for that reason. He just wants to spend time with his brother and live with him, and now he has to get involved with, you know, supernatural law. I wouldn't even call it supernatural law. It's Downworlder law, because the Shadowhunters obviously are ruling right now. But I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna send him on home. He's done his job. He's successfully caused chaos. So we're gonna send him home, and we are going to go to Managed Worlds, and switch characters now. And soon we're gonna have some major plot lines coming up, and I'm actually quite nervous to see how that pans out. But it's going to be interesting. It's gonna be part machinima, only because there's no means for me to do it in the game itself. So I'm going to we're gonna grab Ralph, we're gonna play as him, and we're going to travel to Camille's house, and we're gonna go visit her. I would go ahead and place the house, but I don't want to waste time telling the story while it's still fresh in my head and what I want to spin for you guys. So we're gonna have to go and talk to Camille, and oh, Woolsey is very angry right now. Can he, like, actually fight him? That's so cool. I kind of want to have them fight, but I'm not going to because he's not actually supernatural yet. So we're gonna just go ahead and travel with Ralph. He wants to go talk to Camille and ask her, you know, is there really something going on between you and Alexei? Like, do I need to be backing off? Travel with Camille. Let's just go to her house. I don't know where she is. She's probably still at Alexei's house, I would imagine. Or on her way home, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know where this girl is, but come on. I'm gonna take a little drink of water here. So I'm getting, like, long-winded here. Alright. Are you sizzling already? Doesn't look like it, but let's go inside anyway. I love her house. Her house is so cute. And she is just, right now, she's a hat maker. She makes hats for the elite Downworlders and Shadowhunters. So that's basically what she's making her money off of, and she inherited the house from an old family member. So let's get them inside just in case, because it is about to be morning and I would rather her not burn to death. So we're going to insult house. I thought that said insult horse at first. I was really confused. Let's trash Alexei. You know, he was saying all these things about you and us, and you two together. That sounds terrible. I'll talk to Alexei myself, and that totally sounds like a Camille response, especially in this sort of an instance. So, you know, he really wants to get down to the bottom of this, so he's going to, let's have a deep conversation with her. Let's ask her about this, like, is what he's saying true? Is there something going on between the two of you? Do you guys have a romance going on? And Camille's like, no, not really. He won't leave me alone, sort of a deal. And that's the truth. Alexei won't leave her alone. It's very near to stalking at this point. I'm not a history buff. Maybe check. Okay, that's cool. Let's give her a compliment, you know. And Ralph is very interested in her. Let me quickly fix this. Actually, I don't think I have my cheats on. Since this is more of a story game right now, I am going to quickly cheat the needs if I can find her flipping mailbox. Do you not have a mailbox? You must. I must just be dumb and nuts. Oh, yep, I'm dumb. I'm just going to quickly fill the needs, just so I can, keep the storyline rolling here. There we go. Oh, okay, Camille. That's cool. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted, Camille. Let's, just praise the vampire lifestyle. I don't know. You know, he's still trying to talk to her about Alexei. You know, he came over to my house and insisted that you two were together, and then he kept telling me all these things about you that I don't feel like are true. But he has a point. What if you are trying to just use me? And Alexei is the type that he would have threatened him, but not in a very obvious way. It would have been a very veiled threat. And what I mean by that is what he said would have come off as being nice, but the undertone would have been very threatening and daunting, and that's just how Alexei is. Let's kiss her hands. Let's, you know, try to... I'm sorry that, you know, I believed Alexei and that. But it's very tense right now. There's so much tension among the Downworlders, and there's only so much we can do. We can't exactly come out about our relationship, and Alexei's definitely onto this. And she is very much in love with Alexei, or not Alexei. She's very much in love with Ralph at this point. Despite all, oh no, despite all the taboo amongst them, she can't help herself. So, you know, we are going to, no, we are not going to try for a baby. We are going to go woohoo in the hot tub. Just, you know, they want to be together right now, and they deserve it after everything that they are going through, all the, discrimination they're essentially facing right now. Oh. This is cute. There we go. That was fancy. That was some fancy stuff right there. Oh, and look, the water looks pink. Aw. This is cute. They're actually adorable. Let's put the walls up. Ah! I just wanted the walls up. Despite everything, they do genuinely care about one another, and my game just froze. And I think that needs to be noted, that that's going to be a very important point to be sure of in the future going forward with this series. This guy is someone that Camille genuinely cares for. And when you genuinely care for someone, there's kind of nothing that you wouldn't do for them, even despite the fact of the whole she's a vampire, he's a werewolf sort of thing. She does love him, even though she knows she's technically not supposed to. And the fact that Alexei is onto them is very worrisome, because he could out all of this, and he is the head of the vampire clan in London. He could order them to kill him, and Camille knows that. Camille's very much aware of that fact, and that alone is enough to terrify her to never want to come out about this relationship or be seen in public with him, because she doesn't want that to happen. And she is, you know, an up and rising woman. She is kind of a well-to-do woman now, and she knows she has to maintain this sort of society standard in order to succeed and in order to keep living in the world that they currently live in. But that's going to conclude the episode for Downworlders today. I hope the wait was worth it. I really felt like the story was pretty intensive and rich in this part, and the next part's going to be kind of crazy, and the part after that, these next two episodes are going to be pretty trying and imperative for these guys, and I'm very excited to see what you guys think and how it all works out. But I am going to leave it here on this very cute picture. We're gonna go ahead and let them woohoo on out of here while we creepily watch them do so. So I hope you enjoyed this part. I'm really enjoying the entire series so far, as they're thoroughly enjoying themselves. You know, it can only stay happy for so long. But yes, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!